This video is going to discuss the relationship between compound sentences and coordinating conjunctions. These are the coordinating conjunctions: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. It's important to remember that these words each have a separate purpose. For shows a cause, and shows addition, nor shows negative, but shows contrast, or shows choices, yet shows contrast or surprise, and so shows effect. Before we look at example sentences, there are some important things we should know. One is that there's a nice memory technique. Fanboys: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So this can definitely help us remember what the coordinating conjunctions are. Here are three other important points. Fanboys make compound sentences. Not complex sentences, but compound sentences. They connect two independent clauses, and they take a comma before the conjunction. Let's look at some example sentences. Earthquakes are very common, for the Earth's plates are always shifting and moving. This is a coordinating conjunction of cause. It's showing a reason. Earthquakes are very common. Why? The Earth's plates are always shifting and moving. Now this is a coordinating conjunction. So it takes comma, coordinating conjunction. It shows a relationship between this independent clause and this independent clause. Now when I mean independent clause, it means that subject, verb, complete thought. A complete thought means that you can hear the clause out of context and it still makes sense. For example, earthquakes are very common. This is a very simple and complete statement. The Earth's plates are always shifting and moving. This is a very simple and complete idea. And these two are connected together with a coordinating conjunction. And this coordinating conjunction happens to be a coordinating conjunction of cause, because the relationship between these two independent clauses is one of cause. Let's take a look at and. And is a high frequency coordinating conjunction that I'm sure we are familiar with. We are traveling to Mexico, comma, and we expect to be there for 3 years. Comma, coordinating conjunction. Now another type of coordinating conjunction is nor. Nor is less frequent than and or but or so, for example. But it's still frequent, and it's a good style to use. Let me show you how. I didn't enjoy the course, nor did I like the teacher. So the relationship between these two independent clauses is a negative. For example, I didn't enjoy this, and the truth is, I didn't like the teacher either. I didn't like the teacher, and I didn't enjoy the course. But when you use the coordinating conjunction nor, you don't need the negative here. You use a positive. I didn't enjoy the course, nor did I like the teacher. It's the same thing as saying I didn't enjoy the course and I didn't like the teacher. So this is a slightly different style, and it's a good way to show sentence complexity when you're showing negative relationships between ideas. I'll give you another example. I didn't enjoy the food, nor did I enjoy the service. So the truth is, I didn't enjoy the service, and I didn't enjoy the food. But when you put them together with nor, this one doesn't need to be negative. But is, of course, high frequency. We expect solar panel technology to improve, but we don't expect it to be cheap. But is showing contrast or opposition. Again, independent clause. We don't expect it to be cheap. We expect solar panel technology to improve, but we don't expect it to be cheap. contrastive relationship, comma, coordinating conjunction. Or shows choices. We can invest in an electric car, or we can invest in a solar car. Coordinating conjunction, comma. Independent clause, independent clause. I hope at this point you see that the pattern for compound sentences is very clear. Comma, coordinating conjunction. Independent clause, independent clause. Yet is another interesting coordinating conjunction because it's a lot like but. Students often ask, well, what's the difference between but and yet? And there is some difference. But that difference isn't always critical, but it's still important. For example, yet shows a greater contrast than but. In fact, yet even shows like a surprise. For example, I paid over $45,000 for my exercise equipment. I never use it. Wow, that's a big deal. $45,000 is a lot of money, yet I never use it. So this coordinating conjunction, yet, shows the surprise. I paid over $45,000 for my exercise equipment, yet I never use it. So that shows a very strong contrast. Now, could we place but here? I paid over $45,000 for my equipment, but I never use it. Yes, we could. We could do that. But yet, I think is better here because the contrast is very strong. Let me give you another example. They've been working on the car for over 5 hours, yet it isn't finished. Again here, I think yet shows a strong contrast. It shows a surprise. In fact, I think that surprise is based on an expectation. For example, this person who used yet may feel like, you know, the car should have been done in 1 hour. So there's an expectation that it would take 1 hour. But now it's 5 hours, so yet is warranted. They've been working on the car for over 5 hours, yet it isn't finished because I expected it to be finished in 1 hour or maybe 30 minutes. So again, yet and but can be used interchangeably, but yet shows a different nuance. It shows a stronger contrast or a surprise based on expectations. So, of course, is a high-frequency coordinating conjunction of effect. It shows the effects of something. It shows the result. Many people in the community do not recycle. What's the result? What's the effect? We must have a campaign to promote it. People in the community don't recycle, so we must do this. That shows a relationship of effect. So remember, the fanboys are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. In my view, and, but, and so are the most frequent. Nor is of medium frequency, very good. Or is the same for me, it's medium to high frequency. In my view, for has been replaced by the word because. And in my view, I think as a developing writer, you should just use because and make a complex sentence instead of using for to make a compound sentence. I hope this video helped, and if you have any questions, please let me know.